wanted to be even sooner. I wanted to be even sooner, but I gotta beat the normie storm, you know. I gotta hang out with all the OGs before we get rated for the charity stream, you know. Scary. Nuhi, where? Who's up? I'm just Pahi. Hi, Bedu. Hi, Ash. Hi, Fly. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Sent. What are you doing up, Senti? I don't... You know, this is so wildly off of my normal start time that there's, like... I feel like the general makeup of the average person here is not going to be the same, you know? I'll start figuring out who the people aren't from the US are. I'll be figuring out who the nocturnal people are and bad sleeping schedules are. Yeah, I wanted to hit go live like an hour ago, but if I had to be honest, I was catching up with Volant ever since our peak. Right after our peak collab, we've been catching up since then. We've just been talking. And then in loading, I wanted to get my hand cam to work because I totally had to show the things I got from Ame and get it off my chest before I have to be prim and proper and nice and laced up, you know, for the charity and be like, hi, I'm a good little Pahi. We give money to the American Cancer Society, and I'm chill, I'm cool, I'm bussin', you know? Like, we only talk about, woo, cancer, woo! So people who don't know, or have been part of an event, the last couple of days, Summer Camp hosted by Ovi, a charity to fight cancer from the American Cancer Society. And wow, no command. Pfft, I gotta lay out the incentives. I gotta get it all laid out, right? Actually, I should have the pin. I intend to let's just pin it now. I'm gonna tell you guys now. My incentive, like, hold your wallets if anyone's bothering. Sorry, sorry. No negativity here. Hold your wallets until we lay out the incentives and whatnot. But this will and manually unpin and at the end of the stream. There we go. Yeah, there we go. There it all is. Well, we got the donation link to the charity. We got the incentives. I'm going to be fishing up some really interesting things for every $15. And when I teach you guys how we used to fish back in the good old days, back in the 90s, so long ago, you know? And just the general schedule for it. But for now, you're fucking stuck with me for 15 minutes. You know? Back in the 1800s. Yeah, back in the 1800s. I wanted to raid into the peak segment, but I streamed for too long. Peak was peak, honestly. Peak was great. Ovi and Wolsk and Volant are fun to play games with, and it is a fun group. I feel like I picked on Ovi too much. I should pick on Ovi less. Picking on Ovi is the genre, right? I should pick on Ovi less. You know, that's one passing thought. No, peak was peak. Peak was fantastic, you know. Yeah, I did get some things from Ame though, and if there's one time I get to show it off, it's right now, right? I've got like, what time? Wouldn't it be crazy if they raided in and I was like sitting here showing fucking Fumos and shit? Wouldn't that be embarrassing? Yikes. So let's you know what I mean? Bedu, can I go to bed now? Yes, thank you for hanging out. Yes, Dawn, you have been granted. You have permission to sleep. You have permission to sleep. I will allow it. And it sounds like Bedu will too. Thank goodness, because everybody knows my opinion doesn't matter in this case. It's Bedu's. There's no Jackie Gotcha. I disabled it. You're disabled. You don't exist. You're not real. You're not real. Jackie Gotcha can't hurt you. I will go to sleep, and by sleeping, I mean get distracted by listening to music. Nice. No, I got an Ame package. I got 3 things in it. Hold up, let me drag it over. Drag this over. There we go. Also, Kittens, thanks for the resub. Good morning. Let's kick Cancer's butt. Woo! Woo! Let's beat up Cancer. Let's shove Cancer into a locker. Let's tell Cancer that his parents don't love them and say that their bike is trash just like them because they're trash, and then start kicking them, and then pick up the bike and throw it over the fence of that like neighbor that nobody wants to go to because they think they're like a bad person and you're superstitious. It's like, ooh, the vampire of the neighborhood. Let's do that to Cancer. Let's give Cancer PTSD growing up. Let's make Cancer not trusting of adults in society. Fuck Cancer. You know, sometimes some things just deserve it. And cancer might be one of the only things I could think of off of the top of my head. I don't know. Violence, poverty. What else is on the list? Certainly no. Anyways, I don't know what I'm getting at here. I'm losing track of the narrative. But I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for joining me this late. I know sometimes I stream into this hour. But imagine going live at this hour. I'm fucking crazy. Did you watch Cells at Work? I did. I did watch Cells at Work. I liked it. I've heard there's, what is it called? Cells at Work Black, the crazy one. I watched most of the OG. Let's wish for Cancer to pull Air Shakur on their keto rolls. Yeah. I hope Cancer forgets to link its account, and they drop their phone and they lose everything. And I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy, but unfortunately, Cancer is even worse than that. So. Or, I mean, I was gonna say fortunately, but there's nothing fortunate about this. Alright, how long do I have? 13 minutes. Who wants to see me gush about a figure in 2 Fumos? I know I do. Look, hang on, is the hand cam actually working? Let me find out. Oh, thank goodness. It was glitching earlier, which is why I wasn't loading for longer than I wanted to be. Oh, that blessed be your beautiful heart. You beautiful heart, you gosh dang technology. No, it's just I didn't realize between Anime Expo and Toho Fest and Ame's pre-orders finishing, I did not realize I have a problem. I'm saying this like not sarcastically. This isn't haha, I have a problem. I'm indulging in the thing I like a lot. I legitimately I need intervention. I need help. I need a DM from someone close to me that's like, Pahi, do you want to talk about it? And then I break down in tears. I have too many Fumos. I got a Hina! Look how cute it is! Look at the Hina Fumo! Look at that! It's so good! Oh yeah, look, I can make her spin! There we go! She did the thing! Yay! Yo, the material used is nice. It's very nice. It's very nice. I am a bit of a fan. Such a graceful spin. Yo, you want to see one more? There you go. Sorry about that. Sorry. There we go. There we go. Hold on. We got, and then we got. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. I wonder how bad this sounds on the mic. Yo, my bad if it's actually just nails on a chalkboard. Alright, Hina, you're old news. Make room for Chimata! Yay! What up, Auburn? Good to see ya. Yeah, I got these 2 Fumos in the mail. These were a couple of things I got. You know, oh, they look good. They look good. They get to join the Fumo army. You know, I have too many of these fucking things. it's a problem. And then the last thing, I don't even think I can show it on stream very well in hindsight. Let me see how poorly this works. Let me see how poorly this works. It's a see what you get now is just a, oh my god, yeah, you aren't gonna see shit. This was, well, you know, it's the idea that counts. Do you put them on your calyx? Oh, I think calyx. Yes. I have a 4x1 calyx laying horizontally on the ground, and it is now all Fumos. And by all Fumos, I mean I have less surface space than I have Fumos. It is that bad now. Fumos need to be stacked on top of each other in order for them to all be visible and fit on the calyx. So it's a problem. Don't tell Bedu, though. She's gonna do an intervention. The last one, I don't think I'll be able to show this very well. But I'll give it a shot. Yeah, there ain't no way. Maybe if I unboxed her. So I haven't pre-ordered a figure in literally years, like more than 6 years, maybe like 8 to 10. I'll buy a couple of used figures now and again. And I'll buy Nindroids, but this is the first time I've pre-ordered a figure in a long, long time. It shows up alright. Kinda, as in you can see your face. It's a big clear box. I wish I could have taken pictures and that would have been better. It would have been better, but it is the Hibiki Blue Archive figure, Ame Ame. Will that get me to it? Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will. This one that I've brought up multiple times. This one came in. Yay! Pachi, 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 pachi. I really liked this figure, so I was like, screw it. I'm gonna heckin' yoink it. And she's one of my favorite characters, so it's perfect. Back into the box it goes. Dude, I think part of the reason I didn't get any sleep, I had to take a midday nap to be awake for this and for Peak. And the only thing that the thing that interrupted it is there was a ring at the doorbell, and I was like, and I fell asleep on the living room couch. So I like rolled out, was getting up, but then the person banged on the door like loudly, just like bam, 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 and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I go up to the front and I look through the little peeky hole, and it was a person with a package. And you know, okay, and it was my Ame Ame package. I don't know why they knocked with the might of Thor. It was very shocking. And then I tried going back to sleep and I couldn't. So instead, what did I do instead? I think that's when I started watching some summer camp. I watched Bedu draw with other good beans. Who was all there? Clea, the alien girl. What's her name? What's the name of the alien girl? Aripai? Aripai was one of them, right? And then Ovi. Aripai is funny as fuck. I've never seen them until the Minecraft collab and that art stream, but she's kind of fucking funny, isn't she? She's kind of a big dork. Yo, what up, Lalo? Hope you're doing well. Alright, I think I've got everything I could possibly want locked and loaded for the charity stream. Hang on, I'm just gonna take a peek. We're gonna live peek it. Is it good? Is it good? This looks right? This looks good. This looks good. I look good. I look clean. You know what's funny? You know what the most real thought is? Like, because there's a whole bunch of I feel like I'm out. When there's so many people all organized, like all being organized for exactly one event, the whole time I'm like, oh god, please don't be the one that's going to crash. You know, in my case, I'm like, don't crash. You know, don't be late, don't screw up, do everything right. You know, you worry because there's a lot of people counting on you to not be late and all this different stuff. There's nothing like Ovi's. This event opened with Ovi's opening ceremony crashing. And that really helped me feel better to be like, all right, the bar has been set. I was like, oh, perfect. Oh, thank God, Ovi crashed. Perfect. Yeah, the 60 plus FPS. Okay, so yeah, I played Peak over at Valance. Good friend. We love Valon. I love Valon. We spent forever talking. Like literally from Peak until now when I went live, we were just in a call talking. Catching up. And yeah, I played Peak over there. Right, like 2 minutes after we went live, my whole computer crashed opening the game. And I had to like pull out my phone and type in chat, yo, I crashed. Apparently the game starts at 400 FPS. I don't know why. And I didn't even start the game. I couldn't even get to the options to change it. I just opened the game. 3 minutes passed. Not 3 minutes, like 3 seconds is what I meant to say. 3 seconds passed and then it was fucking, we were just fucking out. It just crashed. Yeah, I'd like to do more things with Valant in the future. You might see them around. Or not, I don't know. I'm fucking bad at following up, but I'm saying it out loud. That's the thing. If there's something you want to do, say it out loud and then you're like, well, now I spoke it into existence. You know? Now it's not an idea anymore. I'd like to do more stuff with Valant. He's super cool. He is super cool. I wonder if, I'm sitting here thinking, we've got 2 hours of fishing. Will I wish I have peed right now? Will I wish I've peed right now? What do we got all left? So this is my last, this is the last time you will see me at summer camp, by the way, as my own personal segment. Right? I was, I don't know how many people saw all of the events, but if I could just, well, we'll do that. There's a pleasant schedule out there for all to look at, you know? And I know I haven't been on my stream for a couple of days. I've been shouting it out in the Discord when I can where I'm at, but you know, I've been out and about doing some power wash at Violet's Minecraft building minigame. But this is this will be my last stream as part of summer camp. Maybe I'll try to show up for some of the things everybody can show up for, like closing ceremony or whatnot. I'm thinking because like my schedule came out so late and I wasn't sure what was going on, we'll just stream tomorrow, my normal time, and then I could raid into... Oh my god, wait. Hold on. Stream they end at 9 p.m.? That's like 2 hours after I go live. I can't fucking raid them under these conditions. That's when I wake up. I thought... in my head, I was like, I can just do a perfectly normal street and then run it raid into summer camp. Wherever the train currently is. But I'm gonna be like... That's like normal people hours, as in, I'm not normal. Well, you know, TM, what up? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing fine. Clearly right now is when I squeak in. I was about to be like, clearly right now is when I squeak in an Uma Musume roll. How many people are sick of hearing about Uma Musume? Be honest with me. Be honest with me. Who's sick of everywhere you go, no matter what they're playing, no matter what they're doing, once an hour somebody drops a horse reference? I'm not sick of it. I'm lost in the sauce, but I like mildly acknowledge there's a handful of people who aren't playing Umamusu. The funniest thing to me personally was on Toho Tuesday, I just did a just chatting instead. And then I was like, hey guys, should we play fan games or play Umamusume? I'm gonna run a poll. And it was like 14 Toho and 2 Umamusume, which was really funny to me. To me, I was like, damn, people are sick of this shit. No, but I'm constantly playing it. The biggest call out I had was we were playing basically Gartic Phone in Minecraft, right? And so you're given a topic and you're supposed to build it in Minecraft, and then a new person gets your building, and you're supposed to describe what you think their word was if you don't know how Minecraft works. And I jokingly said, like, I was doing certain buildings like pretty early in the time limit, and there was like 3 minutes left for everyone, and I jokingly was like, I can start an Umamusume career doing this. And then I like actually opened Umamusume, and then somebody on my friends list DM'd, sent me a Steam message. Let me read it verbatim. They sent to me, I hope it's still there. It was effectively, what the fuck aren't you in a collab right now? Get off of Umamusume. And I've never laughed so hard in my life. Only the IRL horse facts I'm not sick of. The gacha, I don't care at all. Valid. That's valid. It's really funny. I convinced Yoku to play the game. I've been like low-key trying to be the horse whisperer and be like, Yoku, you want to Umamusume, pretty cool. I've been trying not to lay it on too thick, right? It's a nice balance between making them feel like they're missing out, and you got to make them feel like they're missing out, but you also can't like make them be like, oh, I get it already. You don't care anymore. I don't want to play it. And so, like, I was talking about, like, aspects of the game I thought were cool, and I knew it was over when she started sending me back real-life horse facts. I wasn't even doing that. I'm not really into the real-life horse facts things, but I find them very interesting. But then, all the fucking sudden, she's sending me horse facts. And she's sending me gosh dang meme photos of, did you know you can send like fresh grass to Haru, the actual horse, by making a donation? People are like, bro, that farm's gonna have a problem on their hands. So there's been people making joke images like this. There's tons of images of people making jokes about how people are going to donate thousands of dollars worth of fresh grass to this farm. And Urara is going to be like, what do I do with this? Like the cat pouring the food in a bowl cat meme is great. It's so funny. Yeah, my timeline is hecked up though. What up, Michaely? I'm upset I missed TM Opera. No! That's when you have to charge. Should have spent money. Alright, so the clown fiesta should be coming in here any moment. And then we'll be laying down the stakes. So keep it cool, guys. Keep it cool. Keep it chill. No more Fumo talk, okay? That's all me. I did all of it. Horse, though, we can do that like once on the every 30 minutes, okay? Alright, we laid out the rules, right? Every 30 minutes, we can do horse, okay? Fumo, off the grid. Anything like that, all right? Play it chill, guys. Play it chill. It's gonna be here any second. You can send a grass wonder too. That's true. Whoa! Who could have saw this coming? A Roop Dupe. Thanks for the raid. Is this? What up, fellow campers? Obi got drowned in milk. I did see it. Did she deserve it? Did we get to the incentive? I saw it get on the lid. How did you handle the lid situation? Did you lick it up? Like, I don't know how you were able to open the jar with the milk on well, you know. It's Ovi. She probably deserved it. Got halfway to the goal. You know what that means. That means half a glass of milk. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, fellow campers. I'm Pahi, and I'm going to be taking you all on a magical journey for this segment of Summer Camp. So, as you all know, we're doing this for charity at the American Cancer Society fundraiser. You got your little links up there if you'd like to donate or check out my incentives. I'll be showing you how back in my day, my great grandpappy and Aunt Jemima taught me how to fish in the 90s. You see, and but every $15 we get, I may fish up some new fishing gear, and I'll have to pin it to my model and be forced to wear it. We've got some really cool fishing shirts and t-shirts, hats. I see them all floating down there in the water. They are just some really heinous shit. I made some really bad dad shirts and hats, and it sure would be a shame if they never saw the light of day. But yeah. Good night, Pahi, you got this? Yo, good night, Neko, you got this, the sleeping part. Good luck getting 6 to 8 hours, because I'm grumpy with anything less. I thought they didn't invent fishing until the early 2000s. That's what they want you to think. That's where you gotta stay awake in your history classes. You know, they're trying to rewrite history. No, back in 1990. Hang on, does it say on here? Does it say the really not 90? Probably like 1991. Probably around 1991 or so. Why back, good old Bassin, you can say, invented fishing, and they conveyed it through a wonderful little game called Super Black Bass. Basically as authentic as you can get to real fishing. So I'm gonna take you down a beautiful fishing journey. Come along with me. I realized at no point in time people had any clue what what we'd probably be playing, but that's okay. That's all right. There we go. You're going to sleep? Ovi, you don't even know how to fish. How can you sleep? Dang, teach an Ovi to give an Ovi a sleep. Give an Ovi, get the fuck out of here, Ovi. Yo, have a good night. Good luck with the milk situation. Good. The first good game of the entire event. Look, I'm just saying, Peak may have been Peak. Actually, Peak was really fun. I would not mind continuing that in the future. But it was multiplayer slop. It was good multiplayer slop, but it's good. There we go. There we go, right there. Super Black Bass, 1992. So we can confirm here that fishing was invented as early as 92. So we're gonna just start our new fishing career. Oh gosh, what should we name ourselves? That's a lot of space. Can I actually do all of this? Oh, okay. For a second, I thought I was able to make it a mile long. I thought I was about to make it a mile long. So, you may not know this, but naming yourself is a very important part of fishing. I'm gonna take you through how to fish, step by step. The first part is you need a name. If you have no name, you can't fish. You know? Name yourself Bedu. Does that fit? Oh, it does fit, doesn't it? It does fit. Oh, it does fit perfectly. Wait, but does Bedu fish? I mean, is this like a curse because like we're actually just trying to find her friends, you know? It's not, Bedu doesn't fish. But Bedu she fish, but she not fishing. Mr. Mrs. like... This is pretty fire, too. Oh, in that case? Yeah, you're just meeting new friends. You know, Bedu's in chat right now. What if it's just Bedu Jr.? What if we're... I don't know why, but Bedu Jr. sounds really funny. All of a sudden. Hang on, can we do a space? Bedu Miss... Wait, Bedu Miss Jr. There we go. Miss Bedu Jr. God, this is why I have you guys here. I'd be worthless without you. There we go. So for people who missed, like, you know, coming in from camping, maybe you missed Bedu, one of our campers here. She's a friend to all fish. So to make sure that no fish are harmed in the making of this fishing tutorial I'm going to be giving you guys today, we're going to play as a kind soul, Miss Bedu Jr. Oh, a tournament. Okay, official. You know, I never read this as a kid, actually. This is all new to me. Wait, hang on. When you played games as a kid, were you the sort that mashed start? Or did you actually bother to read stuff? I didn't read anything. Official rules. Tournament time. 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Tournament rules. How to win. Catch only black bass. Your ranking will be based on the total weight of them. You even read the manual? What the? That is psycho behavior. Also, you probably were capable of completing games. Unlike... Actually, I say that, but I'm actually going to be able to name almost all the lures to you guys because I read the manual for this game, so, you know. I think I remember all the lures. Beautiful. We're gonna start our nice fishing amateur tournament here in the ass crack of dawn. A beautiful lake. Hold up. Just need to get something right here. All right, so where should we fish? Should we start off at the docks here? So you might be thinking that, but me, an expert of fishing, I know exactly where to fish. So over here, you got the reeds. Let me take a look here. Just park real quick. Hold on, stop boat, stop moving. That's not the button I want. Hold on. So the thing is, you can fish in normal open water, but it's actually important to go find where the fish might be feeding or hanging. You got places such as the reeds over here. This is a good place. It is a clear day right now, so this is a good spot to fish. Let's start here. Let's hang out. So I still don't know if these names are absurd or not, but we got ourselves a nice set of a lot of different lures here, right? And you got various things such as the pencil bait is apparently, if I remember correctly, what the manual called it over here, right here, the pencil. You got some noisy bait, you got the tube, but I always used the crankbait right here. If in doubt, just use the crankbait. And then whenever you're ready, you cast your line and you just, we're gonna go looking for some friends. We're going to go fishing for some friends. Oh, do you see any? I don't see shit. You see our lure there, right? We're pulling along. Pahi fishing, yeah, I'm teaching all the wonderful campers today. Oh, we got a fish. They like the bait. You see, they're trying to bite. Oh, but one over there was sleeping. Got two little guys. I want to get that bigger one though, right there. Oh, I tried to snag him. There we go. All right, now what we do is we bring the friend to us. See, we're gonna with the lot on the bottom left. You can see how close the lure is to us. Well, we got stuck on the reed for a bit. He's fighting. Let's just try to bring him in. Oh, he's fighting. Oh, he's trying to wiggle off. Don't do. No, he wiggled off. No. Well, and that'll happen sometimes. Sometimes fish aren't looking for new friends. Sometimes fish aren't looking for new friends. Sometimes they've, like, hit friend capacity, and that's okay, We need to respect their boundaries. So we'll go off and look for some other friends. Maybe there's some out here. It's annoying. Whenever they do that, they're like doing the, like, I don't know if you saw the animation. I actually really played this game a lot as a kid. And by played this game, I mean I was really big into fishing. And let me tell you, once they start doing the left and right gnawing thing, you kind of pray to God that they don't get off the line, because I don't know how to stop them. Sometimes they get off the line, sometimes they don't. And it is rough. You're looking for a snack? Well, you did seem to have a lot of milk. Is milk a snack? I would consider it a snack, right? Like, high in protein beverage? I mean, it's certainly not water. It's certainly not water. I think you could get a lot of nutrition from there. Hey, take it from me. Once upon a time, I was like on a 50% liquid diet. What up, Fallen? Is this what boomers played on pixelated TVs? Played? No, this is real. This is the real deal. I'm out here trying to teach you guys what it was like back in the day, fishing with our crankbait out here, looking for friends. It wasn't easy. Milk was a device to embarrassing Ovi. It's not hard to embarrass Ovi, to be fair. I think that's like... Oh, got him. Oh, and he's immediately trying to get off. And he failed. Perfect. Oh, he's fighting. Oh, he looks like a little guy. I wonder if he has problem making friends. Oh, he got off! Why are all the fishes getting off? So they choose a handful of different ways to try to escape, right? Maybe they'll thrash. Sometimes they'll just pull really hard. But sometimes they'll do a little back and forth, like, wiggle off to try to get off the hook, and it's very effective. Now, let's drive up. We've been throwing our line a bit here in the reeds. Let's drive up a little bit further up north here and see if we can't find some others. It's not, yeah, that's true. Miss Bedu Jr. on a search for friends. This is Miss Bedu Jr.'s origin stories. If you ever if you're a watcher of Bedu and you've ever gone, wow, she says she's human, but she seems to get along with fish so well. It's almost like she's a water goddess. How did this all start? How did she make all these friends? How can I trust that she's human? We're telling the story right now of her strife and perseverance to become friends with all the creatures of the sea. Pahi, yeah, what's up? What's up, Bedu? What's up, Bedu? Would you happen to be... Are you related to Miss Bedu Jr.? You two have very similar names. Oh, looks like no one's over here. Unfortunate. Honestly, getting two fish wiggling off immediately is, like, incredibly bad luck. Let's try right over here, though. Take a quick look. And then maybe we'll try somewhere other than the reeds. There's, lots of, good other spots. Ooh, and there's a guy right there. Let's try to make friends with them. Are they interested? They don't seem to like the crankbait. Ooh, they're interested. Ooh, they're coming. And just like that, they're on the hook. And you can tell on the bottom, you see those meters? Those represent how hard the fish is pulling versus how hard I'm pulling. Now, here's the great thing. Sometimes the fish are stupid, okay? They're really dumb. Do you see how nothing is happening? This was something... You can exploit the fish's tiny, stupid, feeble brains by glitching them onto a reed. So you see how we're not going anywhere, but they're fighting like crazy? That's because we're stuck on this reed right here. You see it? And boy, the little indicator for the fish, it's turning yellow, right? Oh, he got off! That means he's getting tired. So if you just pull it into the reed, you can just he can fight and fight and fight. But all he'll do is make himself tired, and now we just start pulling him in. Oh, he's fighting. Oh, and now it's getting orange. Just gotta pull him in. And just like that, we got a new friend. We got a new friend. What should we name him? I think every friend we should give a name. Ooh, 4.6 pounds. You got a bass, but it's a runt. Well, he's a little baby. Catch more bass the way you caught this one. One new friend. One new friend. Now remember, not all friends are created equal. This is not a very good friend. Honestly, this friend probably says shit about you behind your back. Borrows your video games and then forget. Like, they're not intentionally taking them, but for some reason, like, never really bothers to remind you, hey, I still got your copy of Dragon's Quest. Not all friends are created equal, and you could actually tell which friends are good and which friends are bad based off of that weight. Higher weight equals bigger, better friend fish, right? So that friend, not a very good one. But sometimes, you know, you connect with who you can. So we're gonna go out and try to find new friends. We got open water. That's not correct. I'm not on open water. Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking... Hold on, where's the, up here. That's why I only befriended sumo wrestlers. Yeah, sumo wrestlers are incredibly kind. There we go, the weed breads. The weed breads can easily snag your lure. Right here. This is a good spot, too. The reed beds. Now, here, as it mentioned, it is very easy to get your lure snagged. It's actually a very real problem. I just had a really dumb thought. It's probably, you know, at no point in time, let me open a tab here. Did I decide to check this? You know what? I'm just gonna say this out loud. Hey, Wolsk, if I get a dono, just shout at me. Just shout at me. I clearly didn't get enough tabs ready. If we get a charity dono, let me know. I got it up on another tab, so hopefully I don't miss anything. Oh, did I miss the reeds on the right? That sucks. That's okay, we'll pull it right along here. There's a strong chance you'll fall asleep in the middle. Alright, I'll be a responsible streamer and pay attention to the page then. I'll do my, Betty Jr. best. Did you get the auto refresh plugin? Shh. No. Because I'm stupid. I knew I was forgetting something. I was too busy definitely not making last-minute t-shirts instead. And various other stupid shit. Perfect. Then you'll have to manually refresh every so often. Let's fucking go! Perfect. Let me find the overlay here. Let's just keep it up on a tab and hit refresh the current cache. Ah, oh, wait, was that? Oh, I had it before the raid. So, okay, so that refresh did help. That did help. Okay, perfect, perfect. Wait, can I fish all the way in this one? Surely there's a fish over here. There we go. Also changed on-screen chat to match the color. Dang, overachiever. That's some artist shit right there. Oh, fish! New friends! We'll try to trick them to come a little closer. Oh, that was a bite. Okay, got a friend. He's pulling a lot, so we'll let him have some fun for a moment. Oh, now they're not pulling. We're gonna bring them in. Oh, they're thrashing. Oh, but they're a little guy. Oh, we're gonna try pulling for a bit. Ooh, we're getting close to the front. And almost. Yeah, there we go. One new friend. Let's see. Oh, they're an even worse friend. Yo, if the first friend was like, you know, borrows your games and doesn't return them, this friend like says like mildly rude things about you, like in passing constantly. The things that like really make you question if you're friends or not, but they're like, come on, it's a joke, you can take it. And you're like, haha, yeah, that is pretty funny, but it's not funny, and you wish they would stop. That's this friend. There's some mean fish out there. It's okay though. I believe in the goodness of fish. There's good. I'm sure we can catch ourselves a nice, happy friend out there somewhere. Let's try right here. That's the important. Fishing is a lot like life, right? You don't give up. You got to put yourself out there. You know, the past doesn't exist. There's always tomorrow. And you just got to put one foot in front of the other and make connections and make friends. And you got to believe. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to believe in the goodness of your fish friends. Like this one right here. Right here. Oh, they're taking it. Oh, they're taking it away. Oh my god, they're actually going really far back. Can you not do that? Oh. Oh, the line. There's a lot of tension on that line. Almost. And a new friend. Oh my gosh, it's actually the worst friend yet. How does this keep happening? I didn't know I ate lunch with my 2 bullies. Well, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, believe in the process. Believe in the process. You know, sometimes when you're caught in a bad situation, you're surrounded by bad fish friends. You just got to go try somewhere else. Like right up here, right? Whoops. I got to give you the preview of information. Yeah, right here. Waterway. Baitfish might gather near the waterway. It's warming up. Cast while the water's cool. Maybe Miss Better Jr. had a bad approach and she keeps attracting bad people. That's true. That's true. When surrounded by a lot of horrible people in your life, you gotta, you know, gotta think about your approach. Gotta think about your approach and cut it out of your life, right? You know, we can't let this reflect on all fish friends either. No, absolutely not. So let's go in and find some new friends. Now this place, if I remember correctly, is quite interesting. It's the waterway, so we actually want to cast all the way to the back as far as we can. There we go. And the fish like to hang all the way up here near the wall. So there's the one. Ooh, but there's another one right there. Ooh. Oh, that looks like a good friend. That looks like a good friend. All right, we got a good friend. Now this is where we have to do everything we can to make good friends, okay? We got to tell a funny joke, you know? You gotta be really funny, like they're a fish, so if they like do something, they tell a funny joke, you gotta go, haha, what are you talking about, you know? He's trying to get off, he's fighting again. But it's okay, because we're lonely and they are too. Okay, so we gotta lock in, find things we relate about, you know? Ugh. Oh, actually, I'm actually pretty close to bringing him in. Oh my gosh, I almost broke my line. Okay, cool. Oh, that was scary. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh, not bad. Not bad. That's like that person you knew in high school that was really nice to you, and you really enjoyed their company. And, you know, like a couple times a year, you think back and you go, man, I wonder how they're doing now. I wish we kept in contact after high school. That was a pretty good friend. Not a best friend, but a really good friend. You know, that's a good one to have right there. That's a good one. And one good friend in the bank. One good fish friend. Let's catch more. Yeah. Catch more friends the way we did that way. All right, well, we found a good friend here. Let's go off and see where else we could go. And this is what it's like now, you know? Everybody, you ever feel like it was a lot different back in the 90s? You're just out there trying to make friends the old-fashioned way. You go out there and you just put yourself out there and you make fish friends. They don't fish like they used to. Oh, this is a good spot right here. This is a good spot right here. I'm a big fan of this spot right here. The docks. Now, you may not know this, but fish friends, there's a lot of fish homes under the dock. And so this is a very good spot. Yeah, making friends was so much easier in the 90s. That's super true. Big and factual. Boop, boop, boop. Hold on. And is it... Oh, this button. There we go. Go out, throw your line, and pull them in. Yes. And you'll be pleasantly surprised on what you find. Where's the dock? There's the dock. There's the dock. I hear fish like to hide under it. Now, we want to be careful not to throw our bait onto the dock. There we go. That was a good throw. That was a good throw. You never want to overextend yourself when making fish friends. Ooh, lots of fish friends. Oh, that's a good friend right there. That's a good friend. Oh, there we go. Oh, he's a... Why are you trying to immediately wiggle? No! No, we had so much in common! No! No, I saw you post that funny picture with the Fumo, and I went, I like Toho too. And then you said, haha, that's cool. And then I didn't know how to follow up, and I dropped the ball. Alright, well, that's okay. We can go find other friends. It's alright. You know? I think that might have more to do with us no longer being kids than it no longer being the 90s. Hey, Petty! Hey! 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 I think you're right, but, I think I remember not being able to catch Jackal at the spillway, but maybe I'm wrong. Find bass near the cool spillway waters. Thanks for the tip. Certainly, something social media and phones. But also, yeah, eventually, fishing, you know? Eventually, all the fish have found their friends, you know? Pahi, why do you keep making this game about you? Miss Bedu Jr. is fighting for her life. I guess I'm a 3-pound friend, you know what I'm saying? I guess I was the runt all along. Out here just making it about myself. No! Hang on. Hold on. There we go. No, come here, big guy. Come here, fella. You're a big guy. Oh. Yeah. That's the friend I want, you know? Yeah. Ooh, they fighting. Oh, Jesus, I almost broke the... Oh, no! Your line was cut, you lost your lure. Replace your lure and cast again. Line broke. So you gotta be careful when luring in a friend, you know? Right there, we just saw Miss Bedu Jr. really put herself out there, but sometimes if you come off too strongly, they'll realize... You know, it's if you come off too strongly too soon, they might, you know, be a little weirded out. you know, and it's hard to recover from some bad footing, so that's okay. What's important is we can see here right now that Miss Bedu Jr. isn't giving up. Sometimes they find your Funko Pop collection. Or worse, sometimes you find their Funko Pop collection, you know? Imagine I just had this image of two people, both with Funko Pop collections, both too ashamed to admit that they have Funko Pop collections, and then one finding out that the other has a Funko Pop collection and being like, it's over. This is a deal breaker. And they're doing that like out of shame to cover up the fact that they collect Funko Pops. You know, it's the people who are most offensive about it that have something to hide. Am I right? There we go. Well, that's a fancy looking friend. Well, that's an interesting looking friend right there. Too bad it's not a bass. And that's the equivalent of not a friend, right? Look, I'm just saying, some fishes aren't worth love. And you gotta let them go. You gotta let them go. How many Funko Pops do you have? God, 0. I'm thinking, I'm honestly stopping and going, have I ever had a Funko Pop in my possession at all? No. I for like a half a second considered getting a Crystal Miku as a joke because it's so heinous. A Crystal Hatsune Miku limited edition Funko Pop, and there was also a Shadow the Werewolf Sonic Funko Pop, and both of them were absolutely awful. But like, I can't quite tell if those ones are awful because they're great, or awful because they're awful, you know? See, like, I can see getting a single Funko Pop as a joke for the irony of it, and then once the joke is over, I'm stuck with a Funko Pop, you know? That's the dark truth, is once the joke is over, I now have a Funko Pop, and I'm like, what now? The only good Funko Pop is probably Baymax from Big Hero 6. Yeah, he's just a big round boy. Ooh, a couple little friends here. Do any of them want to be my friend? Oh, we reciprocate. And now this is where Miss Bedu Jr. does her Betty Jr. best to pull them in. You know? Oh, you gotta compliment their gills. Oh, they didn't like the compliment. That's okay, though. That's okay, though. You apologize and you move on, because you're adults. And... oh. And, oh. Where are you going, buddy? Where are you going? Wow, they're really taking me for a ride. I'm gonna catch this friend, and they're not even gonna be a good friend, aren't they? Alright, let's see. Let's see. Got him. What up, Sean? Welcome in. There's a Funko Pop of Tree Beard from Lord of the Rings. He kinda rules, but Funko Pops in general kinda yuck. Yeah, oh, that's not a bad friend! That's not a bad friend. That's not a bad friend. That's like the necessity friend. That's like the person you eat lunch and play chess with at chess club friend, you know? Any Funko friends in chat? Oh no. Yeah, yo, you know, if somebody likes Funko Pops, that's chill, you know? I don't think, that's fine, like what you like, but also if you tripped down a flight of stairs... No, I'm sorry. If you broke every bone in your body on the way down, no. I'm a funky friend, is that okay? That's chill, that's chill. Hey, where are the reeds? Oh, this isn't a reed spot. Right, I'm being silly. I'm being a goofy goober. My bad. We gotta go back over here for the friends. Let's try over here. We're really looking for the one friend to rule them all. Like, here's the thing. We're catching friends, you know, here and there. And these are, and I'm sure Miss Bedu Jr. will remember these friends for a long time to come. For the rest of her life, even. But we're looking for the ultimate friend, the best fish friend, the bestie, even. And somewhere out there, that's what fishing is all about, you know? That's what fishing is all about, is finding the bestie friend. Not just a friend, but the friend. Somebody you can confide with and share embarrassing stories. Someone you know, when you find like that awkward growth on your thigh and you're too ashamed to bring it up to your doctors, you passively bring it up with them because you know that's chill. That's an okay friend. That's an okay friend. That's an alright friend. You know? Not the best friend, not the worst friend. Kind of like you know, have lunch with them because you work at the same place of employment and you relate in one or two things, friend. Not a bad friend. Pahi, what about all the talk about chilling and not being weird during the stream? Oh, wait, what about all the talk about... Wait, hang on. I think I missed the joke train here. What about all the talk about chilling and not being... Just draw a smiley face on the growth and call it Jimbo. Yeah! I'm just saying. If I bury my head in the sand and don't know what it is, it can't hurt me. Before the raid, you told us to be chill. Oh, yeah. Before the raid, yeah, because we went live a little bit early. And we hung with the regular Pahi Dachis. And we laid down some ground. We don't want to scare away the campers, you know? We gotta teach them good fishing etiquette, you know? We can't say the word moist out loud, you know? That's true. And now you're scaring all the Funko Pop friends? People with Funko Pops are not friends, Bedu. Bedu could never be weird. She is a normal human. That's true. Oh, okay. Yeah, every time I go this hard, oh, I'm stuck in the reeds. I can't get out. Oh, I got off. Every time I go this hard on a joke, I always can't help but picture one person in chat who's quietly like, man, I like Funko Pops. I think they're alright. There's a couple I like. I don't know, I just like the character. I don't know, man. I was kind of having a bad day already, but I feel like this is a personal attack. I can't help but always imagine this hypothetical person and feel a little bad. You know? Ooh. Is that the friend to rule them all? That's a good friend. Wait, is it a good friend? Hey, I'm tasty. I'm cool. I'm hip. Alright, now here's the thing. When you have your eyes on a friend, when you have your eyes on a good friend, it's okay to pursue them and maybe run it back, you know? Yo, Ronman, thanks for the raid. Welcome in. Welcome to my stream where I teach everybody how to fish. Our fishing stream. It is we're doing it for charity, for the American Cancer Society fundraiser. If anyone wants to check out the pin, we've got some incentives. This has been a 3-day event with a lot of different streamers, and I'm participating by teaching everyone what it was like fishing way back in the day, on the far distant 1992. Ooh. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Oh, hang on. I gotta wake him. Okay, so the big friend is still here. Oh, no. One more. Don't give up on me. Oh, I got it. Oh, wait, is that... I don't know if that's the right sort of friend. Oh, you are leaving with me, though. I don't know if this is a bass. I don't think it is. Oh, my line broke. That shocked me. That'll happen sometimes. That's the risk of fishing in the reeds. You know, when you fish in the reeds, sometimes your stuff can get snagged. Like that right there, Bedu. Sorry, Miss Bedu Jr. here. Found a good friend. Went out there, but sometimes that was an example of life happening, you know? Something interfered, got snagged, and that was that. But that's okay. There's a Funko Pop skirmish board game where you can have the Golden Girls fight against Star Trek. That sounds like the sum of the words you said. The sum of the parts of the words you said. That sounds... why? Fantastically awful. You can't tell if a friend is right for you until you talk. Yeah, you can't just look at a fish and go, that's a friend right there, you know? It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Oh, it's getting a little oh, the wind is pointing downward. It got darker. Oh, I need to tie on a lure. Now we've got, of course, as you've noticed, many different good baits here. We got the worm. We've got, what did they call this? A furry lunker, I think is what it was called in the manual, or something insane like that. You know, we got the frog. We got a lot of good baits. So we're going to continue using the crankbait. You know, because here's fishing tip. Here's the most important fishing tip I can teach you. When using different sorts of baits, screw all of these. None of them work. Just use the crankbait. You know, in my experience, I've never caught a friend with anything else. And you can see here, Bedu is showing herself that you don't need anything else. See, all the fish are so attracted to it. I think that is not a bass. And as we all know, only bass make for good friends. So you can quickly reel in when you notice that there's no good friends in the area. And you can just head on over to another spot. You just need to be cranky. Yeah, you get it, Bedu. You get it. Oh, you must have a lot of friends. Because your knowledge is pretty vast on this. You must be cranky. You must be pretty cranky. Ah, another. No, I'm gonna. My line broke. And here's the problem with catching friends in the weed beds here. It's very easy to get your lure stuck, snagged, and destroyed quickly. You know. So you always got to keep that in mind. And in no time, you're just gonna end up losing all of your bait, you know? Any friends? Oh, there's a guy up there. There's a friend up there. I'm gonna recast. So the big friends, you know, they're successful. They've found their purpose in life, so they're often hanging. They're not roaming around like the little friends, the bad friends of the world. They're content. So it's actually quite harder to uh-oh, I'm stuck. Oh, got loose. It's actually quite a bit harder to convince them, you know? Oh, but if you see bubbles on the bottom, I don't know if you saw it. Oh my gosh, I keep breaking my line. I don't like fish. So the weed beds are such a good place to fish, but this is what happens when you fish here. Can I get over here? I gotta try again. You just gotta There we go. There we go. There he is. So yeah, if you see bubbles like that right there, see them like that? It means that you've appealed to them, and now you get the chance. There we go. To bring them in. Now, I don't think this is... Oh. I don't think this is a bass. I don't think this is a bass. I don't think this is a bat. Uh-oh. He's taking me away. He's taking me for a ride. Hey, can we go back? Can we go back? I just want to be friends. We're almost there. We're almost at the finish line. Can you come? Just come with me. Yeah, come with me. Come with me. Yeah. Come with me. And... yeah, it's another rainbow trout. And unfortunately, we can't be friends with rainbow trouts, you know? It's nothing personal. It's just they're not good friend material. Is that why I'm getting bigger? Because I found my purpose? I thought my wife's cooking was just too tasty. Yeah, exactly, Sean. You get it. You get it. But how do you catch a best friend? You gotta keep looking. You gotta keep looking. The thing is, you don't know... you really don't know who your best fish friend is until you're finally there and they're your friend and you see them and and you know you share a story or two, you know. You really don't know until you build that rapport. But to catch a best friend, the only thing you can do is just keep on casting, you know, just like Miss Bedu Jr. is doing here. Miss Bedu Jr. may not have a best friend, but by God, she's trying. Oh, I think that's like another trout. I think that's a trout. Could a good friend become a best friend? They can. For example. Actually, I guess a good way to put it is a best friend can be either your friend that is the best or you know, well, when I think of a best friend, I don't think of my friend that is the best, but somebody who meets a certain level of trust, right? So it depends on your definition. So if we take a look at all the friends we've accumulated here, that's not the button. It's been a while since let's try this again. If we take a quick look at the friends we've had. Oh, there we go. So here's all our friends. We got 5 friends with us here. And so we could look at this and say our friend we found at the waterway is our best friend, but are they our best friend? You know what I'm saying? They are the friend that is the best, but are they a best friend? And I guess that's up to you. I guess that's how you decide to you know, what do you personally consider a best friend? And I wouldn't call this fish my best fish friend. They are like the best fish friend I have, for example, for me. But I wouldn't call them my best fish friend, you know? You get what I mean, Teber? Thanks for the raid. Welcome in, buddy. Welcome to our charity stream where we're fighting cancer. Woo, cancer! We're doing a charity where all proceeds are going to the American Cancer Society fundraiser. Every $15 we get during my segment, I may just fish up a wacky piece of clothing me or Jackie will wear. But yeah, today I'm teaching everybody all about fishing in the 90s and what it used to be like. It was crazy back then. It was crazy. You had to go out and fish for your very own friends. We just don't do it like we used to anymore. Welcome in. So I'm thinking we can go back to the dock, I think, or the waterway. I like switching it up. I like just running around, checking out new areas, revisiting old areas, you know. if you go to like a specific club, a gathering, let's say you're like really into card games, you know, maybe a new person comes and plays Magic at the place you play Magic, you know? Maybe a funny or interesting person eats at the same McDonald's you eat at. You know, it's okay to keep going back. Ooh, and there's a fish. Let's make, you know, maybe they're not the best friend, but sometimes you just, in the moment, need someone to talk to. So let's bring this friend in, you know? Let's bring in this friend right here. Grandpa, other people aren't real. Well, I've got some good news for you, Teber. Other people may not be real, but other fish are real. And that's why we're here to make fish friends, not human friends. And that's the important distinction. Right now, we're showing all this through the eyes of Miss Bedu Jr. That's the name of the character. That's her name, and she's going out getting friends. That's not a bad friend. That's a pretty decent friend. Is that our second best friend? That is like the second best friend, but that is not a best friend. You get what I'm saying? That conversation from earlier, you know? They're not a best friend, but they're the second best friend. And our best friend isn't our best friend either, you know what I mean? Yo, what up, Tap? Welcome in. Alright, well, I think we got... Well, no, let's check a little longer here, actually. I kind of want to... I'm going to check way to the right and way to the left. My grandpa judges friends based on weight. Yeah, it's a tried and true, statistically researched. Like, there are papers on this. There are papers on this. You know, and the thing is, just because you have all the information and knowledge, just because you know what to look for, just because you think you've got it all figured out, sometimes things don't work out. But the best thing you can do is keep doing your Betty Jr. best and try and make those friends, you know, try to catch them friends. You know, here's the thing, just because something's luck-based, you know, like, you know, if it's like, oh man, I wish I could make good friends, if you don't put yourself out there, just because you gotta roll 100 doesn't, if you stop rolling the die, you'll never roll 100, you know what I mean? Pahi is about 100 pounds a good friend from weight? That's a good friend. I don't think I've ever, Bedu, you say a lot of nice things about me, but that might be the nicest thing you've ever said. I don't think I've ever seen a 100-pound friend, and I've done a lot of fishing in this. I don't think I've ever seen a 100-pound friend. I'm like a legendary friend. Alright, we're just gonna pull this weird little guy we got. Oh, they're fighting. Alright, have your fun. Just, can you stop? Can you maybe, there we go. No, you're gonna pull? There we go. Come along, little guy. Come along. No, I was 2 meters from the shore. And there we go. And now we found, ew, yuck, a bluegill. Bluegills are bad friend. Oh man. Now this is a red flag right here. Bluegills, stay away from, oh, yuck. Get that out of here. Not worth it. That is someone else's friend problem. That is a different friend problem. So, sorry, I got a little I got a little excitable there, but that's just to show it's some times you gotta learn from experience, but I hope I can convey to you my experience so you don't have to. Don't make bluegills as your friends. They suck. You know, I did that once. Cut them out of your life. You might be like, oh, they're not, okay? I'm here to make sure you don't make the same mistakes. Bluegills are not friends. So surely we can find something around here. A lot of fish like hanging around the docks. I didn't immediately see anybody. Pahi's bluegill is dark. You cannot trust a bluegill. I'm just saying. I don't want to. I don't think I'm not comfortable sharing what a bluegill did to me and my family once. Okay, it was very tragic. The police were involved, and I threw my bait on I threw it too far. And look, if you're a friend, you could reach out and talk about it if you're interested. My experience with bluegills, it's kind of personal, and they're not good friends, you'll just have to trust me on this one. I'm saying it for your guys' benefit. What about blue grills? Well, those are alright. Those are fine. I wonder if moving just a tiny bit shakes this up a bit. I don't think it does. Of course, we gotta use the crankbait, because it's the only life I know. Alright. So, I don't see anything hiding under the dock. I guess for the sake of it, we can catch ourselves a quick friend, Is he doing he immediately got himself free. Alright. I get blue grills when I eat blue Jolly Ranchers. That's a direction, and that's not a direction for the joke I was expecting. Now I believe, if I go back up to the starting dock, it'll say, you're returning to the dock, do you want to weigh in? No. But one thing that's interesting is you actually cannot fish near the docks as a dock place. And I think that's incredible oversight. I thought that would have been a cool fishing area. Alright, back to the reeds we go. I quite like the reeds. I'm a fan of the reeds. There we go. It's a lot of fish like hanging out here. But also to add to that, it's not like the weed beds where you get your lure snagged all the time, and it sucks. I really think it's the biggest fish friends come from the weed bed. But, I'll try to catch this friend. Oh, nope, they thrashed on the reed. I was hoping they would just sit on it. That would have been pretty good. So let's see, can I... Oh, they're doing this. I don't remember what I do when they do that. Do I have to keep pulling? I can't quite remember how I'm supposed to handle that sort of thrashing. The friend who hangs out with weeds tend to be chill. Yeah, they're like mellow. Mellow, thoughtful. Keep to themselves. Generally chill. Sometimes too chill. Looking for friends. Now I think we've hit the point where we're searching for our one truest, bestest friend. A friend to build pillow forts with and watch late night anime, That's the sort of friend we're looking for right now. So we're gonna be quick casting a lot and looking for big shadows in the water, right? Big, confident, awesome friends. And if we're gonna do that, I guess we should go back to risking it, you know? Sometimes a good friend is worth the risk and the work put into it, even if that means losing all of your crankbait to the reeds. Any fish friends? Any friends that are also fish? Surely. Somewhere in there. This is Unbelievable Junior. There we go. Huge snackers those are. Yeah. You get it. What up, batters? Oh. Oh, I don't think that's a friend. I don't think that's a friend. Oh gosh, it's a bluegill! Get away! No, stay back. I've had enough of you in my life. Stay away from me, serpentine. Oh, dodge it! Stay back, bluegill. I'll have nothing to do with you. That's right, give up on me. Give up on me. Oh, thought I was gonna have to take out a restraining order. It's gone to the... I could tell what they are from a distance now, you know? That makes my eyes hurt. Yeah, Unbedu Leva Bedu. Unbedu Junior Levo Bull Bedu Junior. They just wanted to say hi, and I ran. I hope that doesn't psychologically scar them for the rest of life. 1 + 1 is 3. Thank you for the biddies. But where your biddy money really should be going is the American Cancer Society fundraiser, which you can check out in the donation link pinned in the chat. Relatable without bluegills, but still relatable. Oh god, it's a bluegill! Where'd you come from? That's what you gotta watch out. They're stalking you. Just when you thought you got away, just when you thought they got away, they're obsessive. They're freaks. That was frightening. I was just minding my own business. This is when you can't walk to a Starbucks without thinking somebody's watching you and stalking you. It's scary out there. But you can't let that paralyze you. You can't let the fear, you can't be like the world is scary. You can't let that keep you down. You know, because there's a lot of good out there. There's good friends. There's people who care about you and want to see you safe. Okay, oh gosh, I'm snagged. Oh my god, that's such a big bluegill. I'm scared. Get me out of here. Zoom! I'm out. That was a close call. You know, bluegills are bad, but that was like the worst friend. You know, not just a bad friend, but the worst friend. Alright, let's go here. I really gotta comb the weeds, you know? We gotta systematically make sure that there are no friends out here waiting for us. Looks like it might be a no-go. Oh. Well, you look at that. A little fella, it's not often people reach out to me and go, hey, wanna be friends? But sometimes it's them that take an interest in you. I don't know how they got on my line. You know, I'm happy to have them. I'm happy to have them. Oh, but unfortunately, we can't be friends with rainbow trouts, you know? Unfortunately, we can't be friends with rainbow trouts. Is that a $15 donation? Hold on, let me see if I can't. From... What's wrong with you guys? Wow, thank you so much for the $15 donation, Miss Bedu Jr. That's so crazy. That's fantastic. Wow. So, what's that? Hold on, I got something stuck on my line. What is that? Let me just reel it in really quick. It seems like I caught something. Whoa, it's a big one. Oh, it's a t-shirt. What is it? What does it say? Born to swim, ocean. What is this? What I think I see why it was in the lake. Well, we can't let it be going to waste, Jackie. I think you would fit right in this, no problem, right? Go on, get in there. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. There you go, big guy. No, they can't see the shirt from there. They can't read it. There you go. There we go. There you go, buddy. It was in the lake because it was born to swim. So true. Well, thank you for the 15. Thank you for the donation to the American Cancer Society. Art? I know, right? It's a good shirt. It's a good shirt. I don't know what it was floating down there. I'm looking down in the water, and there's a whole bunch of pieces of clothing and items floating in there. That's crazy. I wonder if we'll be able to fish up any others. You know, I'm just $15 short of the bait and tackle that it takes for me to pull them out of the water. You know, it'd be a shame if they were stuck down there. But now I need a shirt to match. Yeah, surely. What up, Patchy? Welcome in. Are you here on our lesson on how to make fish friends as well? And thank you again. Thank you again, Miss Bedu Jr. for your generous $15 donation. Man, I love fishing. Me too. What up, Narp? They don't do it like they used to, you know. I'm showing everybody how we used to fish back in the 90s. Why the distant past. There's a friend right there. Ooh, but they're taking a little bit of interest. They're interested. And now we just need to seal the deal. Oh. Can we dance? Oh, and there we go. Now we just need to finish on making friends. Almost. No, don't fight me. Oh, ooh, oh, yay. Yay, we're friends. Yay. Da 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 da. Ah, that's not a very good friend. Honestly, not a great friend. Not a great friend. Honestly, if I was tiering them, I would say that they are not even, you know how you only have the capacity to remember like so many friends at a time. I'm pretty bad at it. I only like, you know, I'd say like I could only keep in mind 5 friends at a time actively. You know, it was great that we met. We're on a first name basis. We'll probably get along, but I just, you know, I didn't make the time. That's the sort of friend they are, you know. I just didn't make the time for him, and then we immediately drifted apart. You're having dinner right now? Hopefully not fish. You're not one of them, are you? For the low price of $15. And, you know, I don't know if you guys have gone clothes shopping recently. I don't know if this is embarrassing to admit, or if maybe relatable. I own maybe 3 pairs of good wearable, like, pants at a time. I legit, like, in my wardrobe, I do not own more than, like, 3 pairs of pants that fit me properly. I don't feel the need to have multiple pairs, and I wear them until, like, you know, I'm not like, oh, I need like nicer pants or different pants or this or that. Like if they get a hole in them or if there's like a drastic weight change, I'm just like, you know, not a very good friend either. Not a very good friend. You know, so I kind of feel like I've been needing to fish up some new clothes. So I think that is you know, something that would help me out. I have a lot of shirts though, to be honest. I buy a lot of I guess we'll call it merch from various like creators, events, IPs, and shirt merch just seems to be very common. So I have a lot of shirts. But I don't buy them thinking them as clothes. I think of it as like canvases of art for the thing I'm supporting. You get what I mean? Is that a big friend? That's a big friend! Oh, let's get him. Yes. This is huge. No, don't do that. No. And they, why? I don't know why. Why? I just want to, I want to commit out of water and gill. And whoop. Shirts are a poster you can wear. Yeah, you get it, Ronman. Pants, like, are strictly practical. And if I find cool pants, it's different, but like, yeah, pants are functional. Shirts are canvases. Commit what now? I'm gonna commit out of water and gill. It's the opposite of drowning, only you're a fish, so it suddenly becomes very bad. Pants are also optional. I do tend to keep, like, one pair of bottoms that are, like, comfortable but not fit for outside, if that makes sense. I'm gonna make another confession that might sound weird as well. There are a lot of people who wear various levels of clothing to sleep. I wear just about everything but shoes to bed, and that's chill. I go to sleep in, like, shirt, pants, socks, everything. Like, jeans doesn't matter. I'll go to sleep in them. Let's try out here. It says reads. I don't see anything. We'll just do a quick throw and check it out. Do we have just the nice big blue? Yeah, every time I tell people this, though, that I'm like, yeah, I'll go to sleep in, like, jeans, and I'm like, it makes people go like, are you good? Are you a psychopath? Just take them off. You'll be way more comfortable. And I'm like, I'm not. Doesn't make me that much comfortable. It's, They're like, what are you talking about? You find socks weirder than jeans? To be fair, the socks come off quite often. But everything else doesn't. Almost ever. Oh, wait, is that a sleepy guy? Right there? It doesn't look big. Looks bluegill sized. We don't take bluegills as friends. Let's head on over here. People who wear socks around the house if they don't have to leave the house confuse me. Oh no, I'm wearing socks right now. No, Sean thinks less of me. No, stop it. No, quit it. Why though? Why am I wearing socks? Let me think about it. Let me think of the line that brought me to the point in which I'm wearing socks right now. When did I put these on? I only put on socks if I'm going out. I think I figured out the line. Uh-oh, I'm stuck on the read. There we go. So, when did I last go out? Was it yesterday? I think I went out to the grocery store yesterday. No, wow, oh gosh. No, it had to have been yesterday because I showered 2 days ago. So it wasn't that grocery store visit. Where did I go yesterday? And if I showered, the socks would have never come back on. Please say you took off your socks since then. I think I've been wearing these socks for like 26 to 28 hours. And I will probably stop wearing them when I shower tonight or tomorrow morning. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. Usually when I put on socks to go out, you know, because socks and shoes. There's a dude right here. There's a dude right there. Ah, well. I feel the suffering of your piggies from here. What? What? See, that would... that would require, like, going out or moving at all. And let me tell you, I sit in an AC'd house. I'm not proud of it. I really need to get out and walk more, but you know. You know. I'm a little sad I'm not finding any good friends near this dock. Usually, there's a big friend waiting either under the bridge there, or sometimes a little bit off to the side. But I'm not seeing any friends immediately. Toe friends are in foot prison. You know, I think it was during the art collab during summer camp. One of our fellow campers brought up them toe shoes. Have you guys seen those things? And I really wanted to chime in about it at the time, but they brought up them toe shoes where they're like shoes that conform to each toe. They're very strange. And they've been advertised as like a more healthy thing for your feet. And yeah, what Crimmy said is what I was gonna say. I've looked into it, and it seems like they have pros and cons. They're not like, ooh, you're wearing the healthy shoe. They're kind of nice for your feet for some activities and things, and kind of bad for others. From my knowledge of looking into it, but when they were talking about that, I just couldn't help but remember exactly what Crimmy said. I had a friend who was way into them, and they're like, I love them. They're great for my feet. They're so cool. This is the future. Why do we make shoes the way we do? They're so dumb. Like, this is so much better. And I was like, is this a shoe cult? What? Like they were trying to sell me on them so hard that just because of how hard they were trying to sell me on the shoes, I was put off on ever trying them. I'm sure they're fine, but I also highly doubt they're like amazing. These shoes saved my marriage. Yeah, that was really funny. Who said that? Was that an Ari Pie thing? Or did you say that? That was funny. Just made me think of that friend, which I haven't thought about in a while. There's a lot of people only walk on concrete their whole life. Let me see it. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like me. Or hardwood floor. Or carpet. That's not true. Well, I used to go outdoors a lot, you know? Back in the 90s, you know, I used to fish all the time. But also, I lived by a river and lake. And I remember I'd go, like, paddle boarding, swimming. In general, it was just nice to kind of like head out to. Ooh, a big friend! Hold on, this is red alert. That friend is ours. Okay, okay. Just need to reel them in. Just need to make a new friend. Just need to play it cool. That's not what playing it cool looks like, Paha. Come on, come on, come on, come on. 3, 2, 1. Yes! Oh, that's good. That's good. That's a good friend. That's a good friend. That's a good friend. Oh, look at the size of that friend. Is this our new best friend? Ah, no, it's not even. Oh, what are you? It's average for this. You're average. Are you calling my friend average? Catch more bass the way you caught this one. Well, if you're on the fence about shoes, you now have a reason to get them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if for some reason you're struggling in your marriage, or maybe you're looking for a best friend, just like Miss Bedu Jr. here is, just get them toe shoes, get them piggies out, get them little leg Vienna sausages, some breathing room. Ooh, another decent friend. Ooh, come here. Okay. Okay. The little juicy kernels, yeah. Give the gift of them puppers to the world. All right, bringing me back, and then I'm gonna bring them back. No. Oh, and okay. Let's go. All right, another decent friend. Okay, we're getting some decent friends. But is this our new best friend? Wait, actually, holy shit. Wait, that's easily our new best friend. What the heck? Wow. Wow, I didn't know I was in an abusive fish relationship until we got this friend. I didn't know Miss Bedu Jr. had such a bad social circle until that friend. Yo, I'm realizing a one career mode in this ends, I believe, at 1:30 p.m. in game. Oh, we got 30 more minutes. We can totally get this down. We can totally finish a friend-making career. No problem. And even if we can't, we'll have to dock in early, you know? Show you all how it's done. Just spent money on Robux. Is Robux a Roblox thing? Tebber, you could have lit that money on fire. You are an adult, though. That is true. That is true. Hey. And don't let anyone take that from you. You are an adult. And you know what adults can do with their money? Not saying Tebber. Not saying you specifically. I'm just talking out loud, though. You know, I'm talking out loud. Oh, you lost your lure! I'm just thinking out loud, like, what adults with money can do. They can do things like donate to the American Cancer Society fundraiser, which you can find in that tab right there. We've got some incentives where I may fish up some goofy things every $15. And every dollar helps. Hope fishing is going well. It's going great. We're out here finding new best friends. We've got some pretty decent friends so far. Some we had to let go. You know, some rude and abusive friends. And some that were amazing. You know, some that were incredible. Somewhere out there. Well. Yeah, I was about to say, the color is good. This is fishing. You know, I'm not a... it is fishing. but also it's a way of life, you know? It's a way of life. It's again, you know, I don't mean to repeat ad nauseum, but it's about casting yourself out there. You're giving it your best, you know? Just think, when I caught that bluegill, when that bluegill shoved me in a locker and called me names that would get me banned from Twitch for a week. Did I shut down and dock and weigh in? No. I went out there and I cast again, and now we have some big, beautiful friends for it. No, that's the. Oh my god, I'm losing all my lures! I hate the reeds, dude. These weeds are awful. Alright, well. Let's run it back. Of course I gotta tie a new lure on. Let's go crankbait! There we go. Any friends? So I believe... Ooh! I see bubbles. That's big. What's over there? Is it gonna try to come to me? What is that? Ooh! What is that? Well, it doesn't look big. Oh, it's a bluegill! Oh gosh! Get away! Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. They just won't leave me alone. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. The weeds are cursed. The weeds are cursed. Alright, well, where should we head to now? There's some interesting spot. The problem is, like, if we head right here... during midday, bass move to deeper waters. Yeah, you can see how deep the waters are on indicator on the side. The thing is, generally you want to fish at the unique areas here. Sometimes maybe you can find fish in deeper waters, but it's quite rare to catch a fish just in open waters. But let's give it a shot here. This is deeper waters, right here. In cloudy weather, bass move closer to the surface. Is it cloudy now? Or is it later? What's with your advice? Yeah, so you'll notice I've always going to specific zones. We're going to do one throw in open waters, and you'll see that friends aren't in open waters, you know? Oh. What the heck? That's crazy. I never see friends out here. Usually they all, like... Nobody meets on the side of the road. They go, you know, they go to the Starbucks, right? They don't stop halfway. Oh, am I at the reeds? That's why. Ah, I'm at reeds. Never mind, I'm dumb. I just thought I was at deep waters. Never mind. Sounds like you have some unresolved issues. Yeah, the issue is that I had bluegills in my life, and it took me a while to learn to cut them out of my life. Those are unresolved issues. Oh, he's doing the thing where he's trying to wiggle off. Oh, and they failed. Oh, and they're getting really tired. That means they're probably like itty-bitty. This might be a little friend. Yeah, they are tired. Yeah, the issue with bluegills is that they exist. Actually true. Actually true. Yeah, this is a little guy. That is the smallest friend I've ever seen. Time to let the friend go. Alright, let's try a little over here. This area is proving to be alright. So it's somewhat unresolved still. Yeah, basically until there are no bluegills. when there are no bluegills, I will have no problems. You know? It's a solution. That's truly the only way to resolve this. Any friends? Any friends? Any friends? Any friends? So what's cool about this game is I remember when I first played it as a kid, I spent weeks on this map. Weeks and weeks. And the thing is, you're supposed to catch to a certain limit. You're in a competition, so it's all the combined weight. And when you check in, it's against all the other hypothetical people in this tournament. And I remember for weeks, I couldn't place first place, but I just had fun catching fish. Like, and I played this game every day I could. And then, like, after a couple of months, I finally got first place. And when I got first place, it said, congratulations, you got first place. You get to move on to the next map, right? It's like, oh, you beat the amateur tournament, you get to join the, you know, the major league tournament or whatever. And then it brought me to a brand new map with like brand new areas, and it blew my mind as a kid. I was like, oh my god, I was having so much fun catching these friends, and there's so much more game. I was like, whoa, like, what, you know, what I do again to have the patience and like shine in my eye to play a game to death in one zone forever. But I am this little area, this little opening map. I have this is a core memory. There's quite a few maps and quite a bit more to this game, but this little area, this little circle here is such a core memory to me. And I've never been too big on like sports games and whatnot. You know, I'm not, as much as I try to get out and I try to do what I can. You know, I'm not the campy type, but when given the opportunity, you know, I always love to come out for something like summer camp. But there's just something that hooked me about this game. Yeah, you know? This is always very fun. And I was the sort of kid, this is certainly not the case nowadays, but I was the sort of kid that was like, why is it saying words push the start button, who cares? Story dumb. So slow and patient games are some of my favorite games nowadays. But I'm surprised this one stuck for me as much as it did, because I feel like I think about the sort of games I played and didn't play, and I feel like when I got into this, it's the sort of game I wouldn't have put up with. But I guess it's not like a golden rule, right? I guess if I thought there was action to be had, I didn't read anything. Like I couldn't tell you the first thing about, say, Metal Gear story until I played it many years later and actually paid attention to what was going on. It was like, haha, yay, dodge and shoot and throw chaff grenade. This is a very kid Pahi game. Yeah, this right up there with Draken, my favorite Super Nintendo game, honestly. Oh. There we go. Hey, Pahi, gonna share something funny? O did? You did? With JP Uma Musume? Oh yeah, let's get our one-time Uma. Oh, we're over time. We need to bring up Uma Musume once during this stream, or else summer camp. The curse we need to make sure the curse continues. Where every collab Uma Musume comes up once. Oh, thank God. Thank you, Patchy. You clutched up in the final hour. And we're glad to have you. I'm so obsessed with that game. It's actually a problem. It is actually maybe an issue. Where's the friends? This area sucks. I quit. We're going back to the dock. See, the real sad part is, so I always made the best friends at the dock, and it seems like poor Miss Bedu Jr. is having a bit of a hard time. At midday, Bass may be hiding under the dock. They may be suspended under the dock. You spec King Halo into a mid-long... What? That's a funny mistake to make. Don't worry, you just made a unique build. Alright, let's see if we can find some friends under the dock. So the real problem is the wind. So if I can show you guys something for a moment here. Let me see. You'll see the wind is blowing down right. And it makes it harder to throw it so it goes straight under the dock. Yo, did we just get a $5 donation? What the hoo-ha heck? Yo, Petty, thanks for the $5 donation to charity. I appreciate it. Oh! No, there's no one here! I appreciate it. If we get 10 more, we can fish up some cool gear to wear. Maybe we could even, with that 5, pull up a hat the last minute. Who can say? Yeah, I wonder if I just throw a lure all the way over here, will there be shit? I think I've done this a lot, and there's like nothing at all over here. Yeah, it's just empty, open, sad water. Well, unfortunately, it appears we're gonna just need to scout about. Let's see, what is this? Is weeds? At midday, they may move to deep water. Is reeds deep? Looks like this might be deeper. Have you ever gone fishing? You're gonna make me admit something very funny by asking that. I mean, you're not gonna make me I'm just gonna over-volunteer, more specifically. I have gone fishing, yes. I remember, it was very fun. I think it was actually very fun with good company. But I am weirdly squeamish, so, like, we brought live worms, and I was really squeamish about, like, hooking and baiting live worms, like, just spearing them. It made me really uncomfortable. And I think live fish are slightly creepy to look at. So I loved everything about fishing, except the most important parts of fishing, which was the fish and the bait. Everything else was fun. I remember doing it with my dad, and the fish swallowed the line, which happens sometimes. And they're like, and I remember being like, we gotta do this to, like, cut it out. And the fish was, like, bleeding and everything, and I really, I didn't like it. You know what I mean? I was like, no. The sea mutant is bleeding everywhere. That doesn't make me feel better. Yeah, what I learned that is I need more exposure therapy though. Need to go out there and fish anyways. Ooh, that's not a bad fish. That's a decent friend. Not bad, not bad. Ocean is weird? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you ever look at you ever like look at a lobster and you're like, that's just a giant armored spider or something. What are you? Alright, so when does I'm trying to figure out current rate. Miss Bedu Jr.'s #1. Wow. Dang, it's hard out there making friends. Miss Bedu Jr. has the best friends currently. Everyone else's friends are not as good as Miss Bedu Jr.'s. That's so cool. That's so cool of Miss Bedu Jr. Everything inside is so squeamish and icky. Sorry, Bedu. Yeah, I don't wish ill at all on any of our cool friends out there, you know? But I am easily creeped out by things in the ocean and bugs. Ooh. Oh, that would have been perfect. I want that one. That's a good friend right there. Bedu has the best friends. Bedu said I'm a 100-pound fish, which was very sweet of her. That means I'm a very good friend. Uh-oh. I need to go. Oh no, I broke my line. Oops, I pushed the wrong button. There we go. Actually, yeah, Bedu has the best friends. And me and Bedu are besties. Does that make me a best friend? Hey, I think... Oh my god, the weeds are tough. They really are just rude. They are just big rude. How about it? How about it this time for real, for real? On God, no hat. Is that? Oh, you're a rainbow trout. I don't want you. I don't want you. Well, you know, quick thought. I don't know if anybody knows this. Why why do we bass fish specifically? Why is the sport of bass fishing the thing? Do we eat bass over other fish? I'd certainly I definitely had my fair share of caught fish when I lived in a more rural area. Bass wasn't exactly like the thing to catch to eat per se. Actually, it was kind of catfish. Catfish was liked a lot where I was at. Eat? Yeah, I'm just thinking about like what bad people do, right? Not us, Bedu. To be perfectly clear, I'm just curious if anyone's heard. You know, fish are friends, of course, but when bad people catch and eat fish, do they eat the bass? So, like, we have to understand these villains. How big? Probably a little guy. Oh yeah, still smallest. Wow, my lineup is not bad. My lineup is not bad. I was also impatient when I played this as a kid. My plan was to catch a giant fish as soon as possible and then check in early. And let me tell ya, that rarely work. That's maybe why it took me like a month to see the second stage. CJ, welcome in. Jackie, your shirt is very distracting. I'm sorry. I looked over for just a moment. I just want to say that design is exquisite yet insane. I hope you're enjoying it, though. Hope you're enjoying it. That, oh, friend. And it's a little baby bitch. It's a little guy. Yeah, we just need $10 more. And then maybe we could fish up new gear. 10 more minutes. And then what we'll be doing after that is I'll be sending you over to... Oh, they were just hanging. Rise for some Celeste, but until then, you're stuck with me in the 90s with our fish friends. Which, you know, ain't a bad deal. Ain't a bad deal. Don't cry, because it will be over soon, though. Smile and enjoy the 10 minutes we have left together with our good fish friends. All this reminded me that 1 pound of fish song was a... Oh, wait. All this fish talk reminded me that 1 pound fish song was a thing that was popular one day. I don't know this song off the top of my head. What's that? Oh no, it's a big bluegill. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna show it who's boss. Oh my gosh, or it's gonna show me who's boss. That's a big looking bluegill. If the bluegill is big, does that make it the ultimate villain? Why are you running away with me? There we go. This is the shortest Pahi stream yet. You might be onto something. You might be on something. I do generally stream like 8-hour streams. We do like doing our 8-hour retro, Toho, and otherwise generally bizarre or anime games around here. But that's okay, you know? Not all life lessons have to be long. Today there's a moral of today's stream, which is fish are friends, how to catch them, and fuck cancer. Those are today's morals, and you know, sometimes it's about quality over quantity, you know? Sometimes it's about the fight and making it effective rather than anything else. Any other little fellas? Oh, we should dock in soon. Yeah, beat cancer, get epic shirt. Yo, it'd be crazy if in the water there was a shirt that said, I donated to beat cancer and all I got was this fishing shirt. Oh gosh. Oh, he got stuck. And now we can reel him in. Oh, there we go. Get stuck again, please. And then wait until they give up fighting. And then we pull for the last amount. So I think there's a soft check, like the game forcibly makes the fish run your lure back if you try to get them too early. But there's a couple of ways to somewhat glitch circumvent that. Okay. Ooh, it's raining! Open water. This was open water. Oh, you could hear the rain. Alright, let's go and try to catch one more friend. And then what we're going to do is we're going to dock in. And then we're gonna weigh all our fish, and then we're gonna weigh our fish. What's ooh, the wind is really pushing down. There's a little guy. Any sleepy lunkers? Oh, that's a big friend. That friend is massive. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, wait. Uh-oh, that's a really big friend. Oh, it's not a bass though. It's not a bass, so it won't fight that much. It's just a rainbow trout. You can catch a bass with a silhouette that large, and it is an ordeal to catch. I was like, oh god, I gotta catch this in 5 minutes? Oh no. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I should have cashed in. Nice, but not a bass, and therefore not worthy of our friendship. You know, you gotta set your boundaries. Alright, well, it's time for us to go cash in. Nice fish. Yeah, but it's not a bass. So rude. Alright, we're gonna check in early here. So I believe we're allowed to fish until 4:30 p.m., not 1:30 p.m. But at any time, we could roll right up to this dock and say that we're done. We'll say that we're done. So we're gonna do that right now. And tournament is over. Prepare to weigh in. And that's how we fished in the 90s. Now let's see how well Miss Bedu Jr. took what we learned and how it stacks against other fish friend makers. There we go. Wow, they're all here. Weigh in. No more rain. It's time to weigh in those bass. There's one of them. Looks small, but what a beauty. There's our first one. 5 pounds. Hey, that weight's not bad. Got another. Looks small, but what a beauty. See, even the ref understands that that's not right there. That may help you, put you in the lead. I mean, it's a good friend. It's a good friend. Looks small, but what a beauty. Are you insulting my friends? That one will be hard to beat. They're a good friend. What a beauty. Say something good about our friend. That won't be hard to beat. Looks small, but what do you mean looks small, but what a beaut? Are you calling all of my friends small? Oh, and the crowd goes wild. That one will be hard to beat. All right, Miss Bedu Jr., let's find out how good of a life she lived through friendship. That weight's not bad. 36.14. How well did you do? Oh, I don't... Where's Miss Bedu Jr.? Oh! 8th place. Sorry, try next year. You didn't win this time, but try again in the next local amateur. That password is insane. That password is actually gross. R1 space 2F black diamond Q black circle. Do you think there's unfilled in ones? That is, yeah, that is I have a feeling like when we die and go to hell, you know how like there's Sisyphus's boulder? All they do is roll a boulder. Let me hit the reset button on this. For all time, where he's pushing a boulder up a hill. For all time, we are memorizing and writing down like 30 character passwords with numbers and letters with none of them skipped, and shapes and symbols. I guarantee you that's what hell is. Oh, thank God there's not filled and unfilled. Imagine if there was heart and like unfilled heart. That would be some goofy shit. That would be the worst. I wouldn't want anything to do with that. My God. 8th is the number of most looking fish. Most looking like fish. Congratulations, Bedu Jr. Good job making good friends, Miss Bedu Jr. And thank you all for coming out and hanging while I taught you a little bit about fishing in the 90s and what it was like. This isn't a comprehensive guide, you know, this isn't law. We were only able to get 2 hours in, and we all know that you gotta take a 144-hour course to get your fishing license and get legally certified. So this is just a taste of what it was like back in the beautiful days. Was this a collab stream? Yeah, me and Jackie. Oh, and of course, Miss Bedu Jr. Yeah, so if you want to see more Miss Bedu Jr., you can, because we're going to be going and checking out Rise Tone, who's going to be our next camper. They're going to be doing some Celeste. Ooh, they're doing some Celeste with Neko. Is it a race? I'll be honest, there's so many events going on that I actually may have missed the memo on what exactly it was, but I believe there's a couple few together doing Celeste races, so we'll be going over and bothering them. Once again, I do want to give a thank you to Petty for the $5 donation, and Miss Bedu Jr., of course, for the $15 donation towards the American Cancer Society. Super thank you. I appreciate it. Of course, no need to donate beyond your means, but every dollar helps, and I appreciate everybody who did. So let's head on over to Rise Tone. We'll get that raid rolling. And I believe we got Summer Camp still going for, oh man, I think it's like 16 more hours, so feel free to stick around. And did I just get a blue archive ad? That's crazy. I got a blue archive ad on Twitch. That is wild. I love that. What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. I don't know what's going on. Go check out all the cool creators who were part of this. Do feel free to hang along in the train and support them. But I've been Pahi. Shoot, I don't heck cancer, frick it. How do you know? I've never been. Tell Rise that they're probably a cool fella, and good luck on their run and whatnot. And if you followed during the stream, sorry I didn't yell at you like I normally do. I appreciate y'all, but I just wanted to keep the fishing going since we're doing this for charity. But I appreciate you all. I perceive all of you, those who followed today. Love you all. And you have yourself a grand old time. Ask Rise to do an ask them to do it for me, you know? All right, fuck your couch. Get out of here. Have a good one. Bye-o, everybody.